There we have it. Let's see. What did we learn from today's game? Oh, yeah. We still own you, Chicago Bears. Is there anything more to say? We still own you. There's no denying it. Chicago Bear fans, if there's anybody that's watching, we own you. That's all there is to it, really. And what can I say? 45-30, the final score. The Chicago Bear fans got cocky probably when they were up at the end of the first half, getting some special teams gift baskets by the Packers, in which I'll get to the special teams in a minute, but I'm not going to diminish what the Packers were able to do all throughout this game to be able to earn this victory. This was obviously not really a gimme, if you will, really. Even though the Packers own the Chicago Bears, the Bears do generally give us a pretty good fight because they are division rivals, and that's how usually it goes. Division rivals fight each other pretty hard, unless this other team, one team, is just absolutely horrendously terrible, in which there really is one team that in this division that is horrendously terrible, and that's the Detroit Lions. But they usually fight the Packers pretty hard, but that's another point for another video when we play the Detroit Lions. Back to the Chicago Bears. On to the stats. The most fun part of this video, in which we have the owner, Aaron Rodgers, getting completing 29 of 37, 341 total yards and 4 touchdown passes. A.J. Dillon led the way for the running game with 71 yards on 15 carries, and Aaron Jones getting 35 on 4 carries and a touchdown. Not too much coming from Aaron Jones. He's a little bit silent still, but I think he's still coming back from his injury. And then for the wide receiving, it's Davante Adams leading again for the Packers, getting 10 catches for 121 yards and 2 scores. Allen Lazard getting 75 yards and 1 score on 6 catches. Big dog Mercedes Lewis getting 51 yards on 4 catches, and Josiah DeGuara leading the tight ends group with 44 yards and 3 catches. And then Aaron Jones getting a trio of catches, 30 yards and a score. And then Marquez Valdes-Scantling, a little quiet today, getting 3 catches for 20 yards. And that's how things went for the Packers offense stats-wise. And then the interceptions, there were 2. One of them was a pick 6 by Rasul Douglas, which that was a pick 6, 55 from 55 yards out. And then Chandon Sullivan with the last interception to seal the win. And the defense played really well today's game. I know that the Bears got 30 points, but the majority of that went to the special teams. And then it was Preston Smith leading the way with 2 sacks. One of them was a strip sack that led to the Packers scoring some points. And then the other sack, which was a crucial sack. The special teams today, you guys, was just absolutely horrendous in the first half. I have never seen anything like that ever in my years of watching football, where a special teams unit would just crumble like this. I don't have any clue of what is going on. I don't know. I really don't think it's the coaching. I don't think it's Maurice Drayton. It feels like this special teams unit I think it's kind of more so the players than the coaching. It just seems like no matter who we have for coaching, the special teams unit is just not getting any better. In fact, it just seems like it's regressing. I don't know if it's the fact that the team is just not building a good special teams unit. It's built around a lot of undrafted free agent players, and I don't know if that's what needs to happen, is to stop using that method to build a special teams unit to stop teams. I think that it was just a really bad, sloppy start for the special teams in the first half, and then it got better in the second half, where Mason started kicking the ball into the end zone, and the coverage got better. Henry Black did come in there. He forced a fumble, and it was recovered by the Chicago Bears, but that was a pretty good play by Henry. To say the least, I think that there's just a lack of talent when it comes to the special teams unit. Our best special teams player is probably Oren Burks. There's not really like a true gunner. We don't have like a Jeff Janis or like what we had when we had a gunner. That's something that we could use on our special teams unit, is a true gunner. I think we probably could have one in Equinemius St. Brown. I saw some potential with him in the last game. He unfortunately went out with a concussion, so I'm kind of wondering if that had something to do with it. But otherwise, I think that there's just not really any good special teams aces on the Packers. And that's what's keeping this unit from being a really good unit, really. And our kick returning woes are kind of still a problem, because Kylan Hill has been out with an injury, and he was actually doing a pretty good job there. And our punt returning woes are continuing with Amari being back there on the punt return units. I'm done with Amari on punt returns. I'm sorry. I'm always the type of person to give a guy a chance, but from what I keep seeing, I'm just done with Amari Rodgers at punt return. He almost cost us and almost gave the Chicago Bears another chance to get the ball deep into our territory and score points. That stuff is just kind of getting to, it's just bad. It could cost this team. So that's what I have to say. This special teams unit, it's not a quick fix. And I think it really starts with trying to build the unit. And I think that's probably where the Packers are just so well built everywhere, on offense, defense. It's just not on special teams, really. And that's what I have to say about the whole special teams problems. I think it probably is going to continue to be a problem, but hopefully not nearly as bad as it was tonight. I'll just say that tonight it was probably pretty fluky, but I also got to give some credit to the Chicago Bears specialist. Jakeem Grant is really darn good. He's a really darn good special teams, a really darn good special teams player. Great punt returner, and Khalil Herbert for the kick returning unit. He's very good too. The Packers just didn't really do what they should have done, which was kick the ball out of the end zone, and don't kick it over the middle to Jakeem Grant. And let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, and I'll catch you guys later for another one. Go Pack, go!